Welcome back, you're watching To The Point. Rahul Gandhi's surprise decision to take a few weeks' leave to reflect on recent events has not only surprised the country, but it's shaken the Congress party. More importantly, it's raised worrying questions about his commitment to politics as well as his suitability to be Vice President of the Congress party. With me today to answer those key concerns and also to talk about the many interpretations and implications of Rahul Gandhi's strange behavior is one of the most senior General Secretaries of the party and a man who's reputed to be not only close to Rahul Gandhi but often considered an advisor as well, Digvijaya Singh. Rahul Gandhi has taken a few weeks' leave to reflect on recent events related to the party and its future course, but he's done it on the day of the budget session starting, when a critical first budget from this government was going to be presented. More importantly, he's done it at a time when the land acquisition bill, something he was most proud of, is under threat. Was this the right time for the Congress Vice President to go on leave?
Well, everyone is entitled for introspection, reflecting what he should be doing under the present circumstances. And of course, he has spent hours and hours discussing with the senior leadership. And the paper that he had produced, a backgrounder on his discussions with the senior leaders, he then has asked us, the General Secretaries, to discuss at the state and the district level. And the whole exercise is to be completed by 28th of February. We have to submit our report. And of course, he has to now take a decision, and he has to redraw the strategy and redraw the, I would say, roadmap for the Congress ahead.
But was this the right time to take leave at the start of the budget session when the land acquisition
Well,
was
I have already tweeted on that. The timing could have been better.
Let me put this to you. 24 hours before he announced that he was going on leave, the Congress party officially said that he would be leading the Congress protest at Jantar Mantar today. That protest went ahead this afternoon. Rahul Gandhi was absent. Does it mean, therefore, that this decision to go on leave happened all of a sudden?
No, I don't. That's correct. I think the Congress party did not say that he was going to lead this agitation.
It was reported in the papers extensively.
No, it was never officially stated by the Congress party.
So it was never Rahul Gandhi's intention to lead the protest today?
He would, because the Congress party is going to have a massive Kisan rally sometime in March, April.
He wasn't there today?
He wasn't there today.
So was it never his intention
to be there today? It was a small, much smaller, Jantar Mantar can only take about 4,000 or 5,000 people.
So you're saying it was never his intention to be there today?
It was not programmed that he would be there. He was not scheduled.
Did you have any advance intimation that he was going to go on leave, or was it a complete surprise when you found out?
No, it was a surprise for me.
A complete surprise?
Yes.
There was no hint at all?
No. In fact, I was in Karnataka for Congress Party's organizational work, and I came late, 22nd night, and 23rd morning we were agitating for the giving all the benefits to the successor state of Andhra Pradesh. We were agitating before the Mahatma Gandhi statue in Parliament for that the act to be implemented, special status to be given to Andhra Pradesh. That is the time we came to know from the journalists that he has sought leave.
Not only was it a complete surprise, but you actually found out from journalists.
Yes, not found out, but they told us.
That's how you found out?
Yes.
So until they told you, you had no idea?
No idea at all.
Let me put this to you. Why does Rahul Gandhi need to be absent from Parliament and from party work to reflect? Why can't he do both things together?
See, everyone has his own way of functioning. Now, allow him to do what he wants.
Absolutely, but can't he do two things together?
Of course, it can be done, but then the pressure of being in Delhi and attending the Parliament, of course, you can't get time and the time to reflect what you should be doing.
Your party sources say that in fact the real reason why he's taken leave at this critical moment is because he's frustrated that he can't get his way in the Congress party. Things that he wants to do are being resisted, and therefore they're suggesting that he's either sulking or he's protesting.
I'm not sure of that, because that only he can answer. But one thing I know, he feels very strongly that he is not being allowed to function independently.
Who's not allowing him to function?
Well, it appears the party.
Who in the party?
Well, the party itself.
It's a very interesting answer you gave me when I said, is he sulking or is he protesting? You said, I'm not sure, suggesting it could be one or the other.
I'm not sure.
Congress party sources have told practically all the journalists who've asked that Rahul Gandhi wanted to be Congress president immediately after the Lok Sabha polls. That wasn't permitted. He wanted to replace certain general secretaries, certain state presidents. That wasn't permitted. He's not happy with the people surrounding his mother, whose advice she gets most immediately. He hasn't been able to change any of that. Is any of this or all of this true?
Well, I have also read about this.
But you are inside the party or general secretary. What do you know from the inside?
This is what I've said. I've read about it.
But are you more aware of it than just what you've read in the press?
Maybe a little more.
So there is truth to this?
Could be.
Could be suggests yes.
Could be.
Yesterday on this program, Mani Shankar Iyer, like yourself, another loyalist of the Gandhi, openly that Rahul Gandhi had radical reforms in mind for the party, but they were being resisted, and that Rahul Gandhi's thinking for the party had created differences of opinion. At one point, he even seemed to suggest a divide.
No, I don't think the divide would take place. Although division has taken place on issues of economics in 69, issue of leadership in 78, and again personal issues in 96.
But today, over Rahul Gandhi's reforms?
No, I don't think there is any resistance. I would say that there may be apprehension, but there is no resistance as such for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to take up the leadership.
Even if there is not resistance, are there differences of opinion with his thinking?
I really don't know, but in fact, in which political party all people think the same way?
Many of your party don't hide the fact that the primaries that Rahul held and insisted upon, there were 13 I believe before the Lok Sabha elections, actually were a failure. None of the candidates chosen through the primaries won. People say that the reorganization that he's done of the Youth Congress has not produced the right results. People are saying to newspapers that the hand-picked people he's appointed as party presidents in the states have not been a great success. You've been hearing this, I'm sure, yourself internally. Has that created a certain difference between him and the party?
One thing I know, Karan, he sincerely believes in democracy in the party. Sincerely. He sincerely believes in opening up membership of the Congress party. He sincerely believes in empowering the leadership and the committees at the state, district and the block level. These are the basic reforms he looks at. Even in the NSU and Youth Congress, he held one of the most impartial organized elections. But what really should have happened, he should have empowered those elected people to appoint the subordinate committees and widen the base of the organization, which he did not, which unfortunately could not bear the results.
In other words, he stopped short, he didn't go all the way.
No, he wanted to go, but I know some people within his own system resisted it.
You talked about the sort of reforms he's sincerely committed to. As I hear them, those are reforms that any party should embrace and welcome.
Absolutely.
Why are they being resisted?
Because some people feel that they may lose the clout that they enjoy today.
Are we talking about what's called the old guard?
Not old guard or new guard, but you know, in a situation where the local bodies are empowered, the district Congress committees are empowered, the Pradesh Congress committees are empowered, elections are held impartially, there are a lot of people who are extremely strong in Delhi, but not so strong where the roots are.
In other words, vested interests who feel that Rahul's reforms would threaten their power and influence.
It could be.
Are resisting him.
It could be.
Can you identify what sort of vested interests these are? Can you give me some description of them?
See, vested interests is, I think, is not new, or it does not. It covers everyone. You, me, everyone has got a vested interest. So you can't sort of pinpoint A, B, C, D, E. The point remains that what should be the roadmap of the Congress party, whether we should have democracy in the party or not, whether we should have a fair, impartial elections or not, whether we should not open the membership to the common people. These are the basic issues which he has been fighting for.
And the vested interests seem to be strong enough to resist not just the Vice President, but Sonia Gandhi's son. I'm a bit astonished that they are so strong.
No, you know, there are, one thing I must say, that people say Congress में ऐसा कभी हुआ नहीं है. Things have changed. People must realize that new political parties have come up. New methods of campaigning have come up. Technology has come up. You know, the Congress party has to change. In fact, Karan, I must tell you, in 2005, Congress President and Rahul Ji had set up a Future Challenges Committee. The report came in 2006. I was a part of the committee. Unfortunately, the recommendations never saw the light of the day.
Again, because of vested interests in the party.
Could be.
But you're saying something else as well. You're saying that this belief that we have, that the Gandhi family can do what it wants in the Congress party, is not true. The Gandhi family can be checked by vested interests, even when someone like Rahul is not only sincere about his reforms, but proposing reforms that people should welcome.
Exactly. You know, as I said earlier, he sincerely believes in opening up the Congress party membership. He sincerely believes in a fair and impartial elections. He sincerely believes in strengthening the regional leadership. He sincerely believes in empowering this.
But he's not powerful enough to do it on his own. He can be resisted.
He is not being allowed to.
And these are the vested interests.
Everyone acts as per his vested interest.
Where does his mother, the party president, stand in terms of the reforms that he wants to implement? Is she for them, or is she skeptical?
You know, the senior leadership in the Congress party never wanted elections in the Youth Congress and the NSUI. And they opposed it from day one. And with a small mistake on the part of the Youth Congress and NSUI, they did not empower the elected office bearers. They could not really see the growth of the NSUI and Youth Congress at the grassroots level. The lowest base of the pyramid could not grow.
Are you also saying that these senior leaders who didn't like the reforms in the Youth Congress, who don't like some of the other reforms Rahul wants to bring about, have Mrs. Gandhi's ear, that they can influence her thinking, that they can raise doubts in her mind about what her son wants to do?
Sonia Ji is extremely democratic. She never takes a decision on her own. She holds widest consultation with all senior leaders.
Which gives these senior leaders the opportunity to influence her thinking.
Obviously, yes.
And sometimes that means their influence acts as a check to what Rahul, her son, wants to do.
It is obvious.
So then, in other words, there are also at times differences between Rahul and his mother about what he wants to do.
There is no question of differences. This is, I must say, there is a very, very strong bonding amongst the family members.
As a human being and as mother and son.
Yes.
But what about in terms of thinking of the future and reforms within the Congress?
They both are from different generations. The
thinking is different.
Karan, you also experienced that. I also experienced that.
Absolutely. I fully understand.
Yes.
They may be mother and son, but they come from different generations with different political experience.
Absolutely.
Hence, there could be differences in their thinking.
Obviously, every generation has a mindset.
You've been extremely open and candid in explaining all of this. Let me put something else to you. People say that Rahul Gandhi has been under enormous pressure, both within the party and much more importantly in the media and outside, as a result of the national defeat which people attributed to him in May last year when it happened. As a result of the series of elections you've lost in Haryana, in Maharashtra, in Jharkhand, in Jammu and Kashmir, and then finally the wipeout in Delhi earlier this month. And there's speculation that maybe the pressure on Rahul or the accusatory fingers pointing at Rahul are a little bit too much for him to bear?
Karan, I have seen the same thing in 1977 when it came to Sanjay Gandhi. He was one of the most hated politicians between 77 and 79. But he emerged. He proved everyone wrong. And I'm absolutely certain Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is being ridiculed, made fun of by some of the people who may have drawn strength from him, is something which we are all sorry for him. But it is nothing, it is not unprecedented. It has happened earlier also. But I'm absolutely certain on the values of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and I sincerely believe that he will prove all the predictions that either in the media and otherwise people are making about Rahul Gandhi.
You may be right, the future alone will tell, but at the moment today, has the pressure become too much for him? Is that another reason why he needed a break?
Karan, you have been there, you've been a close family friend of the family, and you've known Sanjay Gandhi also quite closely, Rajiv Gandhi quite closely. Didn't you see the similar thing in 77, 80 also?
Except that Sanjay seemed to be made of sterner stuff.
You'll be surprised with Rahul also.
Rahul has real steel.
He has.
Even though the dimple and the smile suggests otherwise.
You must understand also, Sanjay did not undergo the trauma which Rahul Gandhi has gone through. He has seen, when he was 12, he saw his mother being shot down by one of the bodyguard whom he used to play badminton with. Grandmother. Grandmother. He saw his grandmother being assassinated.
And then his father after that.
Then his father, when he was 18, he saw his father being assassinated. So he has gone through a trauma which Sanjay had never gone through.
So you're saying to me that actually Rahul is a very strong man emotionally and also very strong mentally.
Give him a chance.
And therefore this belief that maybe he's, in quotations, run away because the pressure was too much.
I can tell you one thing, he'll never run away. He's not one of those guys.
Let's then come to the message Rahul Gandhi's behavior seems to have sent out to the world. This is clearly a troubled time for the Congress party. You've lost a series of elections. Jairam Ramesh...
So did we in 77, 80.
Absolutely. Yeah. But at the moment, the most immediate thing on the horizon is a whole series of defeats. It's led Jairam Ramesh to say that Congress has an existential crisis. And people say that at this moment, Rahul's behavior is a bit like a captain deserting a ship that is lost on the high seas precisely when the ship needs the captain to guide it. The captain's disappeared.
If it was so, he wouldn't have held consultations with senior leadership on the roadmap ahead.
That consultation gives you complete confidence he's not running away.
There is no question of Mr. Rahul Gandhi running away. He's made of sterner stuff.
You're saying to me that in fact that consultation on the roadmap, about which secretaries have to report back on the 28th, which is just 2 days away,
yes,
is in fact what he's gone to reflect about?
Obviously, yes.
You're sure of that?
Obviously, yes.
I want to come back to my question about the message he's sending. When I put you that this is like a captain deserting a ship that's lost on the high sea, you said no.
Absolutely, yes.
A second problem is this. Today, Congress is a demoralized and dispirited party because of the defeats you've suffered. Your cadres need someone boosting their morale. For Rahul to mysteriously, inexplicably disappear at this critical moment further demoralizes them.
You're right, it does. But then, I've seen this demoralization in 77, 80 also. I was an MLA that time. I was the General Secretary of the State Youth Congress Committee. And people who had come to the Congress party for their ulterior motives, who could not be in the opposition, they parted company. Although some of them again returned when we came back to power.
Are you hoping that some other people who came for ulterior motives will now at this point part company?
It's bound to happen. It's those who can't stay out of power, who cannot fight on the strength of the ideology, who don't have the guts to fight for their ideology would go.
But a moment,
their principles are different, their objectives are different.
a moment ago you agreed with me that Rahul's mysterious, inexplicable disappearance had further demoralized the party when already morale is low.
The party stands demoralized after the 2014 elections.
Has Rahul made it worse today?
This was the same situation in 77. I have gone through that. We were there. So therefore, but we were led by Sanjay, we were led by Sonia ji, Indira ji, and I am absolutely certain we will be led by Rahul.
You know, there is also speculation that Rahul's mysterious disappearance is just the first preparatory step. That in 2 weeks' time we'll probably get a message that he's resigning from Parliament and renouncing politics. Do you rule that out?
No, I absolutely rule it out. He's not one who will run away.
You're absolutely sure that his
Yes.
commitment to politics will continue?
Absolutely, yes.
And he will continue as an MP?
Not only MP, but he has a larger role to play in Congress and the national politics.
Well, it's that larger role that I want to come to, because it was widely discussed before Rahul suddenly took leave and disappeared, that when the AICC meets in April, Rahul Gandhi would be elevated to Congress President. Now, is that still likely, or has it receded as a prospect?
I really don't know the timing, but this is how I feel.
Certainly, and you repeatedly said you think he should be Congress President. But does the party believe that after what he's done, he's the right person to be President, or has he undermined his prospects by this behavior?
There is no question of undermining it, but as I've said always, time has come for him to aggressively come out on issues. He should be heard more, he should be seen more, he should be on social media. People want to know what Rahul Gandhi stands for. What is Rahul Gandhi's understanding of development of strategies for this country? What is his vision for the country? People would like to know.
Absolutely. You're saying he should be heard more, seen more, more aggressively on social media, he should make his views known. But he's done the exact opposite. He's mysteriously at a critical time disappeared. No one knows where he's gone. No one knows when he'll come back.
He has not given up yet.
Only because you say so, but there's no word from him to say he hasn't given up.
If he wanted to give up, he wouldn't have held wildest consultation with the senior leaders. He wouldn't
But
have,
he didn't have consultation before he announced his departure. He took you by surprise. Journalists told you.
whether he is here or going out, he doesn't have to take permission from us. But the process is on. Even if he is not here, the process of consultation, the district, the state level is completed, and it will be there when he comes back.
He may be now leaving this for someone else to handle. He may have decided that just as he can leave the party in the lurch at the start of the budget session without telling anyone and disappear, similarly, 2 weeks down the road, he can send an email or a message to say, I've decided politics is not for me, I'm opting out.
Let's have an interview once again.
So you're confident he's going to return?
Absolutely, yes, and lead.
Has he made it therefore more difficult for the party to accept him as the next president at a time when they're looking for commitment and for dedication? He's shown the opposite. So is it more difficult for the party now to accept him
Karan,
as
as I
president?
said earlier, in which I have tweeted also yesterday, I think the timing could have been better.
Absolutely. And one of the implications of the bad timing is that he's sown doubts in the minds of Congress people.
I would not go to that extent. You know, people in Delhi, I see more disappointment, disillusionment in Delhi rather than in other parts of the country.
But you concede there is disappointment and disillusionment with Rahul Gandhi in Delhi.
Because among the congressmen, and I again will take you back to 77, 80, everyone had written off Indira Gandhi, everyone had written off Sanjay Gandhi, everyone had written off Congress party, yet we came back.
You're saying a very important thing. You're conceding that in Delhi, congressmen are perhaps disappointed and disillusioned with Rahul Gandhi, but you're also saying...
More than what they are
Quite right.
in hinterland.
There's more disillusionment within Congress in Delhi. There's less outside Delhi.
Yes.
Has that situation got a little worse by Rahul Gandhi's strange behavior this week?
That can't be measured.
The chances are it has.
That can't be measured.
Let me put this to you. If he returns as you say he will and resumes active politics, With what credibility will he do it? Has he not undermined himself by this
He is
behavior?
in active politics. He's not gone out of politics.
Well, it's a bit strange to be in active politics and disappear at the start of the budget session when your favourite bill is under threat. When you're needed most,
it hasn't happened for the first.
absent.
It hasn't happened for the first time. There were other senior leaders who had on matters.
Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi never gave the impression of running away when they were needed most.
No, they didn't. Certainly
Absolutely,
they didn't.
They didn't. Rahul has done just that.
What again I'm trying to say is that please give him a chance
To prove himself.
Yes.
But has he made a mistake in this instance?
I have told you earlier
The timing.
that timing could have
Beyond
been better.
timing. Do you think, beyond timing,
Yes.
do you think this is an ill-considered decision?
Which decision?
To suddenly disappear on leave?
Timing. He has every right to go and reflect in isolation.
But the wrong time.
Wrong time.
And as a result of the wrong time, is it a bad mistake?
I would not say mistake or whatever, but it is.
An error.
I have already said that the timing could have been better, and stand by it.
Let me put it like this. Unfortunately, Rahul Gandhi is becoming a bit of a joke with the media, with metropolitan drawing rooms, with a large section of the middle class. Now, Congress hopes that one day he will be Prime Minister of India. But can a joke become Prime Minister?
You see, in 77, there were worse things said about Sanjay Gandhi.
But he was never considered a joke. He was always taken seriously.
There were jokes going around in the chatteratic crowd of Delhi.
Sanjay was hated because of what he did in terms of sterilization.
Hated, and there were jokes floating around.
But those jokes didn't demean Sanjay.
But things have changed. We are 40 years after that. Where was social media then?
Absolutely.
Most of these jokes are coming in social media.
Absolutely, but social media ends up conditioning the formal print media and TV. It ends up conditioning people thinking because the middle class get influenced, and then it goes down the line.
Karan, this is exactly what I'm saying. His absence on social media should not be there.
I'm saying something slightly different. It's not just that he's absent on social media, but social media now thinks of him as a lightweight joke. They never thought of Sanjay as lightweight.
There was no social media then.
But that's right, in the new world there is, and in the new world he's become a joke. And I'm asking you this, can a joke become Prime Minister?
He's not a joke. He's not a joke.
As a joke.
You may think, I don't believe it. There are hundreds and thousands of people, lakhs of people who don't think so.
He can recover the ground he's lost in social media?
See, social media is something which has which is opened a platform for everyone to say what they want to say.
So can he recover the ground he's lost?
Of course we can.
Can he?
Of course he can. When I started on social media, I used to get 100 postings all against me. Now it is 70-30 or 60-40.
Digvijaya Singh was always respected even when he lost, if I recall correctly, in an interview to me for the BBC. 3 weeks before you lost your chief ministership, you said to me that if I lose, I will take 10 years of sannyas politically. And you did. And people remember it and respect it. Unfortunately, after defeat, Rahul hasn't won that same respect. That's why, while you're respected, but maybe not popular with everyone, Rahul is not just unpopular, he's considered a joke.
Karan, it took me 10 years to convince that I will keep away from electoral politics.
Will it take 10 years for Rahul to recover?
He has not taken that vow. So, it will be earlier.
My last question, I put it to you, whether this has happened wittingly or unintentionally, has Rahul Gandhi, by his behavior, not just the inexplicable surprise disappearance, but also his silence after the national election, the fact that he seems to be absent quite a lot of the time in Parliament, the fact that he doesn't communicate, the fact that he's an enigma and a mystery, has he ended up, particularly in the last 2 years, committing political harakiri?
See, he has his own way of functioning. I'm only requesting Karan, and through you, Karan, to people, give him a chance. Don't write him off.
The problem is, I don't think the people are in a mood to give him a chance.
Well, let's see.
That's the gamble.
That's not a gamble. For me, it's a reality.
But that's the risk the Congress takes with Rahul as president.
Well, even then, in 78, people thought it was a risk to go with Indira Gandhi and Sanjay Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi proved she was made of different metal. Rahul still has to prove he's her grandson.
Sonia Gandhi has proved herself, and Rahul Gandhi will prove it.
That's something in the future.
Naturally, yes. I'm talking about future.
All right, Mr. Digvijaya Singh. A pleasure talking to you, and my thanks for the openness with which you answered these questions.
Thank you, Karan.